Hello, welcome people. Welcome to Disconnect and Chill episode 1. My name is Michael and I'm your host and creator of Disconnect and Chill sessions. So first I want to give you a bit of a background on what Disconnect and Chill actually is, who I am, and this is what's going to happen over the next 4 weeks. So everything right now is going to be streamed onto YouTube live like it is now. And you're going to get an experience to understand what Disconnect and Chill is and what Disconnect and Chill sessions are all about. Okay? So we're always going to start off with a specific breathing practice to help to start to balance our state. So we're going to start off with a breathing practice. It's all going to be guided for you. What you need to do is either look at the screen or just kind of connect with the breathing and then close your eyes and do what you want to do. Music is going to be playing in the background. Some people prefer music, some people don't prefer music. That's a-okay. But all I want you to do is to first of all just start to follow the breathing practice and allow your body to start to transition down from a place of alertness into a place of balance and calm just before we start the session. Alright guys, see you soon. Alright guys, hope you guys are feeling nice and relaxed. Alright, so we always start off with a balancing breathing technique, and what that does, it helps us to transition into a place of balance. So the concept of disconnect and chill and what it's all about is helping people to transition from a place of stress or alertness into a place of calm. And in order for us to kickstart this process, we need to actually have a significant point in our day where we actually switch off our stress response, or intentionally switch off our stress response, and we transition more into a place of calm, restoration, or relaxation. So I always start my disconnect and chill sessions, or I always would want people to start their disconnect and chill sessions with a balancing breathing technique to help to kind of switch off the kind of fight or flight mode that our body is constantly in all the time, and transition to a place of calm or restoration and relaxation. And I combine it with nature because that's what really helps me to relax. So, or just being outside of your house, especially within the time that we are now. A lot of people are struggling to get outside the house or spend a lot of time outside the house. So I like to connect with being outdoors, being in nature, as well as combining that with the breathing as well to help me to rebalance myself. And if I can't do it outside, then I can do it via visualization or via looking at the screen. So we always start off with a balancing breathing technique, and what that does, it helps me and helps all of us to kind of transition into a place of calm. From that point onwards, we'll either have a music set. I find music very relaxing. I find it very therapeutic. The music in the background, the kind of Lofi style of music, which can help your body transition to a place of calm quite easily and quite simply. We also have some activation music where it can help to activate our system, make us feel more alert and more alive. And then after that, we have a bit of a seminar session where we learn about stress management, where I've got a series called Master Your Energy. And that is a 12-part series talking about different ways of how we can master our energy, master our surrounding, master our sleep, master different elements of our lives in order to get the best from that area, that section of our life, to improve our ability to manage stress better. So basically the whole concept or the whole premise of disconnect and chill sessions is to help people to disconnect from stress and reconnect with themselves. And disconnect and chill, the actual brand, was actually born from my own personal experience of looking at how I could transition into a place of calm a lot more effectively and a lot more easily. And it got me to look at looking at what else could I use, how could I gamify it, how could I alright, it wouldn't be a launch if there wasn't technical issues, right? Alright, let me just pause the music for a bit and you can hear me speak for a little bit. So, why I created disconnect and chill sessions anyway. So, how I really transitioned into managing or looking at managing stress was due to my own journey as a young adult, which we're going to go into another episode. But basically, the premise behind disconnect and chill sessions is to create healthy forms of escapism from stress. And why I say that is because in one way, shape, or form, we're all trying to escape or evade stress in some way, shape, or form. Whether it is we either go out to a club, or we have alcohol, or we smoke weed or cigarettes, or whatever it is that we do, we're all trying to evade that feeling of stress. We all want to down-regulate from a state of alertness, panic, stress, anxiety, whatever it is, to a place of calm or restoration. And how do you do this in a healthy way? How do you do this in a way where it's not going to be at the detriment to your body? And how can you do this in a way where your body's actually going to thank you in the future? Because part of my personal journey is a lot of individuals around me had their own forms of stress management, but you could question whether it was the healthiest form, because what would happen is that the individual might combat mental or emotional stress, but what they're actually doing is they're creating physiological stress from their activity, and that could be from drinking alcohol, that could be from doing whatever. So for me, it was about, okay, how could I create a routine, or how could I create a process which is going to help me to transition to a place of calm, to counteract the day-to-day stresses that we're all thinking and feeling on a day-to-day basis, and how can I really achieve optimal health. Because some things about me, I'm quite a driven person. I'm quite an ambitious, creative person, and that does mean that I'm in the stress response or the alert response a lot of the day, just naturally trying to think my way through ideas and processes and strategies, and trying to create things that I think people would find valuable and are able to consume in a concise way. And that got me to think about, how can I get people to connect with the feeling of stress, or how can I get people to transition in a consistent and healthy way. And it got me looking at how I can gamify stress management, and this is basically what I've done within this program. Now I've now started to gamify stress management to a point where it's easy to obtain and easy to maintain. And I'll give you kind of like the method of how we do it at Disconnect and Chill, so you can understand a little bit about what we do if you wanted to join the community through our Patreon. So one of the key elements or areas that we look at when it comes to stress management is our heart rate, or is our physiology. We'll start with our physiology, because our physiology changes as we receive stress. So, for example, when we feel that stress response, our heart rate can increase, our digestion shuts down, our hands become clammy and sweaty sometimes. I mean, you tell me what you feel when you experience that stress response, because basically what we're trying to do is looking at the physiology of stress, what happens to our body physiologically. And one thing that happens to all of us is that our heart rate increases when we feel stress. Now, if we're in a state of stress for a prolonged period of time, what that does, it transitions our body to elevate our heart rate at rest, which is called our resting heart rate, because our body is always trying to prime itself or be ready for that next stressful situation that's around the corner. So if you think of it like always being on alert, or always being having to be cognizant or think about, okay, cool, what do I do? And if your body's always in a state of that, your heart rate is going to actually naturally increase from a resting spot, which means that your body never really transitions to a state of calm. It always stays into a state of low level stress, and this low level stress is what accumulates over time, and what can cause health conditions in the future. So one thing that we look at quite severely or quite properly is our heart rate. So looking at our heart rate, how can we now gamify or improve our stress management from looking at our heart rate? So when you join a community, what happens is you become a member, and basically we ask you to start to track your physiology. And one of the simplest things you can do is track your heart rate. So we ask you to, when you first join, start off by taking your heart rate. Now, if you wanted to become a member, on our Patreon we have a membership where you get technology with it. So you actually get this piece of tech with you, which I'll turn on right now by putting my finger in, and I will show you what it tells me. Alright, just letting it kind of stable off. Okay, so you might be able to see it. Okay, so basically it gives me a readout of my oxygen levels, my heart rate, and something called my HRV, which are all very important things of which we're going to talk about within the program or within the community, because these things give us a representation of how our body's adapting to stress. So if you get the membership with tech, you get this piece of tech with it as well, and it also comes associated with an app which you can download on your phone. And that enables us to see what your physiology is saying. So at a resting point, obviously this shouldn't be before, after exercise or after any stressful activity. Best thing to do is straight in the morning, you take your readings. And what we're able to see is that from after a state of supposed recovery, how does your body transition to a state of calm? So once we know that, then we put you in the category of whether you are in elite, excellent, good, or room for improvement for your resting heart rate, for your age. So it's all dependent on who you are and the age that you are. And then from that, that is kind of a set point that we look at every single month to see how you're getting along with managing stress or with your stress management skills. And on a day-to-day basis, we get you to track your ability to handle stress or the ability to navigate through the world with stress in it. So if you think of it like this, at the beginning of each day, we give individuals 10 points. So you wake up and you have 10 points to start with. Now, then we get people to test their physiology either with technology or with a simple breathing technique which we'll teach you within the program, and then we'll see whether your body's in a state of low recovery, medium recovery, high or excellent recovery. And from that is associated with a couple of points. So if you have low recovery, we'll minus a couple of points. If you have good recovery, we'll add a couple of points. And then throughout your day, we'll structure or we'll test different activities that we'll assign points to activities that you do. For example, if you had a restorative workout, you might gain some points. Or if you did a meditation, you might gain some points. Or if you was to disconnect at the end of the day from stress, you would gain some points. And on the flip side, if you had a very stressful day, you'll lose some points. If you had a very intense workout, you'll lose some points, and so on and so forth. And the goal is not for you to get the maximum amount of points as possible. The goal is for you to replenish or get back to that state of 10 points or a little bit more. And why I say that is because obviously exercise can really help us when it comes to managing stress. But we should only exercise when we have the resources or when we have the points or when we have the ability to do so. So that's why the point system comes in so clearly. And at the end of each day, your goal is to get to 10 points or more, with 10 or 2 points above that. So if you're at 10, you want to get within that 12 mark. And what happens if you do that over a consistent period of time, your resting heart rate will start to decrease. And then once your resting heart rate decreases back to the excellent or elite stage, then off your membership you get an instant 50% off your membership for being an elite performer within our club. So what the understanding of what we're trying to do, we're trying to help people really build a sense of stress management, and make it tangible on a day-to-day basis where individuals can actually structure their day rather than just I'm managing stress by doing this or doing that without really having an understanding of what the effects happen on the body. So we track you on a day, or we get you to track yourself on a day-to-day basis and get you to communicate with our community so we can all kind of do the process together. And I post my results there as well, so we can have a open dialogue about these the conversations or what we're experiencing. And then at the end of each month, we show our resting heart rates and we show how much we've improved and increased over that period of time. And it's just a group to really keep everyone accountable, really keep everyone connected and along that same journey of trying to build a sense of true stress management. So that's what the community, the Disconnect and Chill Sessions community is all about. Is helping each other become as stressed never, is about helping people to become as stress adaptable as possible. And I feel like this is the key within our society. It's not to do with having no stress within our life, because that's an impossible task. So it's about understanding that we're all going to experience stress, and it's a part of life. So how can we become as adaptable as we can, or as optimize our system as much as we can, so that when we do feel stressed, it is not going to be to the detriment of our body and of our brain or of our mind. So what I urge people to do is really start to look at that sense of stress management from a biological and physiological standpoint, so we can really tangibly see how we can transition from a place of overstress to a place of calm and relaxation. All right, guys, hope that made sense. If it did, kind of leave a message in the comments. Just let me know how you kind of experienced it. I'm just about to go into our second section, but I'm gonna leave it on pause and for 1 minute, where I'm going to give you the details of what our Patreon is all about, so you can see what it is we offer, and then you can go onto the website and become a member if the journey fits well with you. All right, guys. Next section we're going to talk about is how we can master our energy. So this is the educational part of our space, where we're talking about how we can get people to master their energy so they can replenish themselves from a biological and physiological standpoint over a 24-hour period. And it's about allowing us to understand or learn the different practical tips that we could use to transition in and out to a space of calm. And the main topics we're going to speak about is how we can master our breathing. So we're going to talk about the science of breath work, how to breathe to become more alert, how to breathe to become more calm, how to breathe to become more balanced. We're going to talk about how we can master our states. So what that actually means, what is an emotional state, how we can easily change states from a place, how can we change our state from an environmental perspective. So the environment that we're in, how can we transition to a place of calm. And I use the tool of music, but we can, part of the sessions is about how we can find your way to transition to a place of change your state from whatever perspective. Now, from an internal state, so how we can use breathing, and so the key principles around Disconnect and Chill is around about music and breath work, and how these two things can be brought together in order to build a sense of calm. How we can master our stress levels, what is stress from a scientific perspective, the effects of stress, and how positive and negative stress can affect us, and how we can master these two things, how we can master our decision making. So what is the art of decision making, short-term decisions, delayed gratification, and playing a long game. All of these things, how we can master these things so we can have better decision making in the future. How we can master our night, so our nighttime routine. What is it like? What is night from a biological perspective? What does it mean to our body? How we can use the night to help to allow our body to transition to a state of calm. How we can master our exercise routine. So I'm a personal trainer. One of the things I do is personal training by trade. So we can talk about how to master your exercise routine. I have this concept called work-in days and work-out days, and what these two concepts mean. How we can master our food. So the purpose of our food, the power of food, macronutrients, and fasting, and the things that we can do to allow our body to become a master at handling nutrition. How we can master our surroundings, the power of plants, the power of smells and scents, the power of sounds, the power of touch, how we can master it in a circle, so the tribe or the people that you have closest around you, any sort of initiation rules that you can to induce people into your tribe. Because one thing I say very clearly is that within your tribe you should have a certain amount of people that you have super close knit with that share the same values as yourself. So how can you create this tribe? What kind of initiation can you do so that all your tribe members fit that mold of what you're trying to achieve? The power of a group and what it does for you, gives you accountability, and it allows you to excel with a group of individuals, and rules that they should all live by. The power of how to master your schedule, how to schedule your day over a 24-hour period, what to do when it comes to maximizing your energy efforts when it comes to stress, recovery, and all this sort of stuff. How can you use a 24-hour period how can you master that element of your life? And finally, mastering your sleep. Like, our sleep is something that has been with us since the beginning of time. It's something that hasn't evolved out of us. So it's a very fundamental and important part of our system. So how we can master these elements is going to help us to become the best versions of ourselves as possible. So if you can look at all of these 12 things, how we can master these 12 elements of our life, we're going to get to a real sense of how we can manage our own day-to-day, how we can master our stress levels, how we can master our lives, and be truly accountable and autonomous and free when it comes to our living. So this is the program that we teach, and it's about helping people to transition to that place and getting them to really understand what that mastery element looks like, and giving us a group that we can all come together and feel that accountability by doing it all together. Alright guys, so part of the final process or element within this program is we do a restoration breath. So what the restoration breath is, it basically allows our body to kickstart restoration. And I'm going to give you a bit of science right now, because it is always good to know what you're doing rather than just doing it. So this is something that's been tested by myself and tested in labs by scientists. But as you inhale, your heart rate increases, and as you exhale, your heart rate decreases. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that process within the next couple of stages, and talking about mastering our stress and how it means when it comes to breathing. But just remember that as a signpost, when you inhale, our heart rate increases, and when you exhale, your heart rate decreases. So now, if we can use this process, if we can use this energy, or if we can use that strategy, when we exhale, our heart rate decreases. Our goal is to therefore transition our body to exhale longer than we inhale. Now, how do you do this? As part of the community, when you join, you get a couple of free gifts. You get a free gift for whatever membership, and this is one of them. So if you can see, this is a straw, a bamboo straw, a nice hollow bamboo straw. I don't know if you can see that. So the The bamboo straw aids you in exhaling longer than you inhale. So we're going to do this practice right now. Basically, if you become part of the community, we'll just get sent out to you. But if not, then just try grab a straw or something like that. But it helps to all do it as a part of it, as a collective as well. So basically what you do, you place the straw in your mouth, like such, and you're going to inhale in through your nose into the count of 5 or 6 or however long you can inhale for, and you're going to look to double your exhalation on your out your mouth. So it's going to look something like this. And because you're breathing through a nice small straw, you are elongating your exhalation breath, which is triggering to your body that you're exhaling longer than you're inhaling, which therefore allows your body and your heart rate to decrease rapidly. And you can actually feel that sense of calm, relaxation after doing this. So we always finish off our sessions with a kickstart and restoration. We do 10 minutes of this breathing practice, and it enables our body to transition to a state of calm before you can go off and do whatever activities you want to do throughout the night. Okay, so we're going to do a 10-minute practice here. If you haven't got a straw, you haven't got anything, just work on breathing in through your nose and exhaling double through your mouth. So if you're breathing for 5, you're going to breathe out for 10. If you're breathing for 4, you're going to breathe out for 8. So whatever you're going to do, just match it and really try to slow down your breathing. But with the straw, it actually feels so much more easy and so much more controlled. So as I say, go to our Patreon site, become a member, and then we'll send you out a straw, and we'll send you all of the bits and technology that you can use. As I said before, all of the sessions in February are going to be streamed onto YouTube for our public, so you can get access to all of these. You can see all of our content. You can see everything that we're doing within the Disconnected Chill community. If you did want to join, you can join the Patreon now and you won't be charged till March. So you can just become a member, just become a part of the community. Head over to our Patreon site, disconnect_chill, and become a member. And then you'll get all of these bits and technology and tech sent out to you, so that you are ready to build your journey of stress management in the 21st century. Alright, cool. So we're now going to do a 10-minute practice using our straws or using our double exhalation breath. So we are going to use a timer on the screen. So I want you to start off by getting nice and comfortable in your chair. Either rest your back, even lie down if you want to, whatever feels most comfortable. This is about you feeling comfortable, about your body and mind feeling calm as you enter into your night. So, when you're lying down, if you need to turn the music down, that's totally fine. Let me turn it down a little bit as well, so you can really connect with my voice. So, lying down, closing your eyes, and just noticing how you're breathing. Just noticing how your body feels as you breathe. Just notice how your body moves as you breathe. Just notice how your body feels and how the clothes connect to your skin as you breathe. Notice how it feels to breathe in through your nose, down through your lungs, into your chest and into your stomach. How your whole body reacts and changes as you breathe. Something that we don't really focus on a day-to-day basis, but something that we should really start to look at, especially when we're talking about transition to a state of calm. And once you've done that, start to lengthen your breath as much as you can. So breathe and keep it in a nice cyclical nature. So breathing in and out in a round circle, allowing your body to stay nice and calm, nice and cool, nice and relaxed. And just allowing your body to be where it is right now. Not to be in the past, not to be in the future, not to be thinking of what could happen or what might happen or what will happen. Just bring your body to this present moment, here and now. How you feel, any sounds that you can hear apart from my audio or the music playing. How it feels for your heart to be beating. How it feels for you to be lying down or sitting down on whatever chair or bed that you're on. And just take a nice deep breath in and release. And every time you release, just allow your body to sink into your chair or sink into your bed a little bit more, allowing yourself to be even more relaxed. And as you transition to the space of calm, the space of control, we're now going to start that 10 minutes of breathing through a double exhalation. So, take a nice deep breath in and release. In and release. Last breath. Breathe in and release. And let the 10 minutes start. It's 1 minute gone. Keep to the breathing. Allow your body to sink into your seat or to your bed as you lie here and relax. Not thinking about the past, not thinking of the future, just focusing on the breath. That's a quarter of the way through. Allow your body to naturally transition into that space of calm, into that space of peace, into that space of tranquility. Disconnecting from all the things that's happened and reconnecting with yourself. At the end of each day, making this a priority and breathe. Halfway through. Once again, just allow your body to breathe and relax. Final 2 minutes. Feel your body and mind within that space of calm. in that space of relaxation, in that space of peace. And just disconnect from the outside world, the place where you don't have to be anyone. Let's go to a place where we can really truly focus on who we are, what we need, and how we can transition to a space of calm. Because in order for the world or our surroundings to be correct or right, we first of all need to work on ourselves. By doing this, we'll enable our body and mind to be as strong and as adaptable as it can be, allowing ourselves to recharge, to replenish, and therefore giving us the energy to help and serve the world. Taking your final deep breath in and exhale. Alright, so hope everyone feels nice and relaxed. Hope everyone feels nice and chill. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share the page to anyone you feel that would need to really focus on their stress management, especially within this trying time that we're in now. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you guys for watching. And as I said, we have a membership option where we do this every time, twice, 3 times a week. We all connect as a community and we all share everything that we're experiencing, that we're going through, which enables us to really build a sense of who we are and who we want to become in this community, with the accountability and with the help of others. So if you guys are interested in joining, please head over to our Patreon, and that's going to enable you to become a member of the Disconnect and Chill community. But until then, I'm going to leave you with the sweet songs of relaxation. Alright guys, have a good evening and I'll see you soon. Peace.